Yeah, good afternoon, rather. This is Derek Sales Leader and Marketing Solutions. I am trying to get the shares out real quick here. All right, today we're going to be talking about how to Facebook for salesmen as well as for just the everyday hustlers. So make sure that you are following us on all of our platforms from Instagram. I'll pause real quick because I got to go open this thing up. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. So we're going to be discussing how to Facebook for salesmen. I hate the lighting in here. It's terrible, ain't it? How to Facebook for salesmen as well as for entrepreneurs and everyday hustler. Make sure to follow us on Instagram.com/Derek Sales. I'm going to put that in the comments in just a second. So y'all can see that. Just sharing it to my different places out there so everybody can see it. All right, that's two. Is there another one? All right. With that solutions, it's going to be a quick video. Pretty much talking about how to sell on Facebook or Facebook for the young hustler, for the young entrepreneurs. Right now I'm actually finishing up for the day, about to head home, but I'm going to give y'all some value before I did. So I'm going to quick points. Some things that I've used myself that do work, hands down, and hopefully you can get it and start maximizing on your sales out there. So first things first, what I want to do is explain to you what an edutainer is. You may have heard it, you may not have heard it. What an edutainer is educator / entertainer. Today's online customer, they don't have very, very short attention span. Number one, they want to be educated while being entertained at the same time. So for you, it's all about providing value. Value is king, hands down, for the online customer. That's number one thing you want to provide to them. It's not about selling. You don't sell online. You sell in person. Just like for any experienced salesman, you know that you don't sell over the phone. You sell online. I'm sorry, you don't sell over the phone, you sell in person. So it's all about getting that customer there in front of you. How do you differentiate yourself from the rest of the fodder out there, from the rest of the people? Plain and simple, you give them the most value. You give it all the way. There's a big video that always goes around most sales jobs I've seen where it's always the one older guy in like a bow tie, some corny outfit, talking about give them the pickle. Long story short, what it means is you want to give the most value possible. So that's what the customers are looking for. They want to make sure that they can trust you, which is where social media really comes in. It provides you with the social proof. Other people will know you, they like you, and they also that you're an authority figure with your content. That's how you establish yourself with as much content as possible. Which goes into my first point: content for anybody on Facebook. There's plenty of content. I just got a new laptop here with a little bit different computer setup, a better camera on it. I need to start wearing makeup. I look terrible. Get a haircut if any barbers out there. But content. It doesn't have to be the best, honestly. The main thing that it is that you have to start. My mentor always told me that it's not you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. So it's about really just getting yourself out there. You will get better with time. You will. But you have to start to get better. It's all about practicing on a daily basis or as often as possible. With Facebook specifically, or this is going to be for any online social media type deal. What is the main thing? I'm sorry, what's the number one most important thing is that content. What should you be posting? And let me backtrack a little bit because some people may not know what I mean when I say content. Content is anything whatsoever that you post on Facebook. That could be, it's just normal wordy status, a video, a meme, infographic, something like that. That's whatever you post on Facebook is your content. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have a plethora of content out there so people can see your stuff. All right. Now, what kind of content should you put out there, if you're trying to sell? I'll say the number one thing, honestly, or rather the way you should start is it's simple. Just frequently ask questions. If you've been in the industry long enough, you probably had some customers ask you the same question over and over and over and over and over again. So just make it simple on yourself. Answer that question for them online and go in depth with it. Facebook is kind of cool to where you can, I would suggest anywhere from a minute to 5 minutes. Not going over that. I know we're at 5 minutes, 30 seconds now. Thank y'all for sticking with me, by the way. But it's Facebook. You can really go as long as you need to. People can kind of check in and check out as they choose. But post the content if they're going as depth as possible. Give as much value as you possibly can. Don't hold back. That's where I would start. For specific, since I know that industry, I was working for Pat Peck Nissan in Gulfport for some time ago. And I was promoted to the internet manager for a while. The number one thing I'll suggest for a car salesman is I just walk around with cars. When like if you have a certain, I'm sorry, I'll frequently ask questions like how to get the most value for your trade, how to get the best deal on a car, stuff like that, things that customers are going to be hungry for, provide that value to them. Why? Because that's what's going to separate you. One of my old managers at Nissan used to say that this right here, it's not about, you're not competing with the next automaker. Like if I work at Nissan, I'm not competing against Chevy or Kia or Honda. What I'm competing with is the next salesman. That's really what it's about, because the cars honestly sell themselves. All we're doing there is really just trying to provide that value and give them the experience that they want, so they'll feel comfortable purchasing from you. So that's what it's all about. Just make sure you're answering those questions there. The next thing I would suggest is demonstrations and product reviews. Let's slide over to something else. I know a young lady who does Mary Kay, and she sells a good bit of it. One of the things that's made her very successful is doing product reviews. So taking the time to go over and look over a product, hold it in your hand, demonstrate how to use it, what it's good for, what it's not good for, and being honest. That's the number one thing. Be honest as possible. Be as honest as possible. Don't lie. Again, that's going to lend to your authenticity and your credibility. So when they decide to make that buying decision, they'll know that they can trust you if you're honest. So what else is it? Demonstrations, product reviews. There's a guy that I'm putting some stuff together for right now who's a personal trainer. Okay, so demonstrations for him. One of the things we worked on was just recording how proper lifting techniques, ergonomics, dispelling some different myths about working out and all that kind of stuff, body plans. Which I need to start using, because it's been a little while, man. I'm not a firefighter no more, so I need to get back in shape to do all that stuff. But yeah, those are the things that you really need to focus on. Given this, again, it's all about value. Another thing I was just as well is maintenance. Whatever product you sell, how to take care of it. One of the client I'm at right now is actually a pawn shop. Shout out to Dad's Pawn East. I've been working with them for a good 3 weeks now. They brought me on. But one of the things we're going to do for them is we're going to start, guns, since that's their main thing. Of course, we can't sell guns on Facebook. However, we can kind of show you, safety tips and, the process of buying a gun, or what you should be aware of when you're buying a gun for the first time, how to properly maintain it, how to clean it. Also some videos of us going to the range. We're going to be doing some, shooting out there, not only from a male's perspective, but from a woman's as well, so they can, everybody can feel comfortable. And it's all about providing that value to them. Okay, so the next thing I want to discuss is business page versus personal. It's not really, to be honest, it's not really a debate of one or the other. If you're going to be in business for yourself, or if you're selling, you need to have both, honestly, especially when you're starting off. Why business page? The perks of the business page, just real quick, are that it's focused. Your personal page is going to have a lot of fluff out there. It's going to have a lot of BS and your personal things that a customer honestly just isn't going to care about. They're not going to care about how your kids are doing in school. Hopefully they're doing good. The customer isn't concerned about that. What they're focused on is whether or not they need to make a decision to buy your product or not. So that's what a business page is for. It takes out all that fluff of your daily life and puts it out there for them. Not only that, it organizes a lot of your stuff as well. On the business page, if you sell a number of different products or services, you can actually turn your Facebook business page into an e-commerce website. E-commerce is basically like an online store, if you've never heard that term before. Not only that, but instead of on your personal Facebook page, you're limited to what, 5,000 people? Yeah, 5,000 people that you can have on your personal page. On your business page, you can have as many people as you like, so you're not limited. Now, there are some drawbacks to the business page that you have that you would get on the personal, which is why, again, you should definitely have both. The personal page is a lot more organic, and people are going to be able to see your posts a lot easier. Business pages are pay to play, so the more money you put into it, the more you're going to get. However, it doesn't require money, but the Facebook algorithm is set up to where you're only going to see, if you post something, typically only like, I want to say 10 to 30. I've written down my stuff over there, but it's between 10 to 30% roughly that'll actually see your post when you post it. So that's kind of a benefit of the personal page. Let's see, what else am I going to talk about? All right, so this one isn't in my notes. I'm actually done with this. I covered everything already. This is just my personal tips, things that really worked for me from selling on Facebook. See, it's going to be a little unorganized. Excuse it. My number one thing that I found useful on Facebook was the networking. I had a page that was set up. This is the Derek Slade or Derek Bumper page. I'm not sure what last name I put on there, but the Derek Bumper page was set up exclusively for car selling, and of course, making that more so my only page. I have another one, but I rarely use it. But I created that page specifically for the purpose of promoting my business page. If I post something there, I kind of share. I put something on the business page, I share it to the Facebook page because I can actively go after and add people on my personal page and then expose them to the content I'm doing for free. So that's one little trick I use. But I'm also, when I add these people, I'm not just adding them, for the sake of adding them. I'm trying to, what you need to focus on, implanting yourself into their own experience. So if they're having a bad day, this is one of the things I used to do. If they're having a bad day, like we see them kind of, losing on Facebook, or just, kind of comment on them, give them some inspiration, give them some motivation out there. The main thing is, well, when you're on Facebook, be genuine. People can tell when you're bullshitting. Excuse my French, but, I gotta speak from the hip here. People can tell when you're bullshitting. So, be as genuine as possible, and, just get out there and talk to folks. If you see someone who needs an air conditioning place and somebody does it, tag them in it, share the love right there. It's all about reciprocity. If you give, eventually someone's going to give back to you as well. So, just being out there networking with folks. If you see folks, and if you do that, and always, you don't have to pitch them every single time, but I make sure that people know that, or knew back then, I sell cars. I'm your car guy. From your personal page, your rate should be 4 to 1. For every 4 posts that you post, that's just kind of everyday, how I live in life type deal, you can do 1 post that's salesy or promotional. The reason for that is you don't want people to just think you're selling on Facebook. I know I've had some of those people who do that. That's all they post, just to sell stuff, and I unfriend them. I'm gonna see that stuff, or better, I'll keep them as a friend and I'll unfollow them. And that's not what you want. You want to expose people to as much of your stuff as possible. Now, this is a little trick as well, more so for the we can use it for your business page as well. I have a mastermind group that I use personally. It's not on Facebook. It's more so just, where I call and talk to them. But basically, a mastermind group is one where professionals within different industries, we all talk about problems that we're having and just try to come up with solutions. It's a think tank of sorts, like a brainstorm group. That's another word for it. But I would just kind of make sure it's basically iron sharpening iron. We're all trying to make each other better from the experiences that we've had. One of the things we're discussing right now is mindset, and how to keep a good mindset, stay focused with the trials and tribulations of owning a business, or being in sales. So if you have a group like that, I'm sorry I got off topic. If you have a group like that, what I suggest is having maybe 10 people, that are all salesmen or entrepreneurs, whatever the case may be. Whenever you post something, you like and share it. Everybody in the group likes and shares it. The reason being, the more impressions or the more engagement, like shares that you're getting on the post, Facebook's going to keep that a lot more active, keep that higher on the list there, on people's timeline. Quiet as kept. A lot of times what you don't realize is, if you're not getting posts, that's because you typically don't get likes or shares on your comments. So Facebook's not going to put it out there for everybody to see. They'll kind of just keep it. You'll see it on your timeline, but it won't be in everybody else's timeline. It goes down. And if you're trying to sell stuff, then that's not a good thing, which again is why that 4 to 1 ratio is important. So, and make sure that whatever you're posting is fun. but make some things up, share funny, be genuine with it, share funny video, share funny post or whatever, and get it out there for people to see. Likes a video, you should. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm trying to think if there's any other tips I can give you all on it. Networking, that's huge. That's always huge. Teamwork. Oh my God. So if you have and again, that's with this mastermind group, linking up with people on Facebook, and it's just in person too. It doesn't have to be for social media specifically. If you have someone who offers a service or another type of industry that's not competing with yours, promoting them. If you just promote them, then a lot of times they'll put you out there as well. Like I have one young lady I try to have actually for every industry somebody that I promote. And when they see me tagging them in a whole bunch of stuff, when someone needs a product or service, then they of course are going to tag me in return when they see somebody who needs whatever I'm doing. Right now it's digital marketing, social media marketing, SEO, PPC, things like that. So that's what it is. I'm going to cut it short because I think it's a little later than what I thought. Hope I'm not. Yep, I'm about to get locked in here. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. I got to head on to the crib. Like my page, share this video, please, if you found value. Facebook.com/Derek Sells. Make sure to like this. We're going to be doing this a little pretty frequently in the near future. And follow us on Instagram. That's Instagram.com/Derek Sells. I'm going to type it in here. Instagram /DericSells. Oh, Derek Sells, sorry. Boom. Okay. So that's there for y'all. Make sure to like it, share it. Please do. And yeah, we're gonna hook it up. So if you want to learn a lot more, this is the page to do it from. I'm not gonna, if you would like for me to do a lot of stuff I'm telling you for, because that's what I sell. I don't sell these services. I sell time. It takes a lot of time to do all this stuff. If you'd like to have it taken off your hands and have someone professionally manage it for you exclusively, then I can definitely do that for you. Like, inbox the page. I have pricing on the Facebook, but to be honest, it's all custom. It depends on what your budget is, what you're looking for me to do, and we can work that out for you. Like us, share with us, and like our page, share the pages. And good luck. Happy hustling out there, y'all. Be safe.